Hey folks, it's Chris. I thought for this week's Little Nemo and the Nightmare Fiends, I don't even know what we call these Friday things, like Art Production Friday or Design Fridays. But I wanted to take a look at some of the environment art this week and show you around how we are accomplishing what we're accomplishing with the backgrounds so far. So what I have here is a typical sprite sheet, and basically it's the background broken down into different images and chunks that we can actually cut up in the Unity software itself and turn into basically parts of the background that we can arrange and move around. Now this one's not fully done yet, but another approach we're taking is actually to create stretchable backgrounds. So that meaning that we have these background elements, and they are themselves kind of short or one-off, but we can load them into our level design tool and use them to build repeatable background images. And by doing so, this allows us to get basically like a lot out of a little when it comes to building background art. So I wanted to give you an example of that in the Unity engine itself. And a great example of that is here in Slumberland itself. So if you remember just a second ago, if we go over to, so if we look at this arcade, it looks like it's recording my mouse. If we go to this arcade with the potted plants up here, it's fairly short. There's not a whole lot of it. But then if I go over here to Unity, and let me see if it'll let me, there we go. It's quite a bit longer. See? And what I've done is so let me actually create one of these. I'm going to go to the Create tab, create Fair 2D, and I'm going to create a decorative 2D terrain. And I am going to create, I'm going to use, let's see, what did I call this? Slumberland background buildings. Here we go. I'll just pick one of these and confirm. Okay. That's the one I wanted. So what it does is it's going to load it with like this weird, thing here. So I go and I'm going to use only the top, I'm going to use skirt, which basically lets it be the bottom tier here. And then I'm going to hold down Alt, click, click. And here's what I have. I have this stretchable background element, and then I can just adjust where it sits in the background. I can give it a tint, and giving it a tint lets me make it seem like maybe it's a little farther away, just with some basic coloring. What color did I do this in? There, just like the one I have in the background, and I could tuck it back there. So I'm going to delete that because we already have one. But as you can see, this is actually an element of lots of our backgrounds in the game. And we use these to do some pretty cool stuff. Like I said, it lets us do a lot with a little. And we even have the same thing happening. I showed this a little bit in our level design video, but we have the same thing happening with level elements like spikes and things like that. We also have it happening here with our background columns, and then we have some sprite work that we can use to hide ends of things like that. And here's some background pieces back here as well. So that's how we're populating the world of Slumberland in Little Nemo and the Nightmare Fiends. This is a shorter video for sure, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're seeing this on YouTube or somewhere else, at the time of this recording, there's only 5 days left for Little Nemo and the Nightmare Fiends on Kickstarter. So please, please, please go back us at littlenemogame.com so that we can make our dream game come true. Thanks, everybody.